America under pressure. Why everyday life feels harder heading into 2026. America is entering 2026 with a weight on its shoulders, and anyone pretending otherwise is either not paying attention or not paying their bills. This is not panic. This is not theory. This is lived reality for millions of households waking up every morning, checking their bank balance and doing mental math before even making coffee. What people are experiencing right now is not a single problem. It is a convergence: rising costs, slower wages, job instability, housing pressure, food prices that no longer make sense, and an undercurrent of uncertainty that is quietly shaping how families plan their lives. This did not appear overnight, and it is not random. Let's break this down clearly, plainly, and honestly. The cost of living squeeze across the country. The cost of simply existing has climbed faster than paychecks. Rent, utilities, insurance, transportation, health care, groceries, none of these are luxuries, yet they are consuming a growing share of household income. For many families, there is no longer room for savings, emergencies, or long-term planning. Every month becomes a balancing act. This is what a cost of living crisis looks like in real life. Not headlines, not charts. It looks like parents skipping meals so kids can eat. It looks like seniors choosing between prescriptions and groceries. It looks like workers with full-time jobs still falling behind, inflation's lingering impact. While official language may suggest inflation is cooling, the damage has already been done. Prices went up fast and they did not come back down in any meaningful way. Once costs rise, they tend to stick. That gap between what things used to cost and what they cost now is permanent for most households. Inflation is not just an economic term, it is the slow erosion of purchasing power. It is working just as hard for less. It is realizing that yesterday's paycheck no longer buys today's necessities. Job layoffs and economic instability. Job security, once taken for granted, is increasingly fragile. Layoffs across multiple sectors are no longer isolated events. Companies are cutting costs, automating roles, restructuring, or quietly reducing their workforce. Even those still employed feel the pressure: fewer hours, frozen wages, heavier workloads. This creates a culture of fear and silence. People stop speaking up. They stop taking risks. They stop planning futures and start surviving weeks. The housing pressure cooker. Housing has become one of the most visible fault lines. Homeownership is drifting further out of reach for younger generations and working families. Rent continues to climb, availability tightens, and competition intensifies. People are doubling up, downsizing, or relocating far from jobs just to stay housed. This is not about preference. It is about access. Stable housing is the foundation of economic security, and when that foundation cracks, everything above it becomes unstable. Food prices and supply concerns. Food costs are a daily reminder that something is off. Staples that once felt affordable now require calculation. Supply disruptions, transportation costs, climate impacts, and corporate pricing strategies all play a role. The result is the same: families paying more for less with fewer choices. When access to affordable food becomes uncertain, stress becomes permanent. Who is being affected? This is not confined to one region, one background, or one community. Middle-class families are sliding downward. Low-income households are being pushed to the edge. Even those who once felt insulated are realizing that stability is thinner than it looks. This is not about identity. It is about class, access, and power. Systems under strain do not fail evenly. They apply pressure where resistance is weakest, hollowing out the middle and squeezing the bottom hardest. Why this feels planned? Many Americans feel this trajectory is not accidental, and that feeling deserves to be acknowledged, not dismissed. When multiple systems strain at once, economic, housing, employment, supply, it creates the perception of design, not coincidence. They want to disappear middle class and lower class. This is not about nationality. They want America to belong to the wealthiest billionaires. Whether driven by policy choices, corporate consolidation, global instability, or long-term neglect, the outcome is the same: reduced mobility, increased dependence, and fewer pathways upward for ordinary people. What awareness means now: this moment calls for clarity, not fear. Awareness is not surrender, it is preparation. Understanding the forces at play allows individuals and communities to adapt by budgeting smarter, building local support networks, developing practical skills, and staying informed without becoming overwhelmed. Self-sufficiency does not mean isolation. It means resilience. It means recognizing reality early rather than reacting late. Looking toward 2026, America is not collapsing tomorrow, but it is changing, and not all change is progress. The warning signs are visible in daily life, not hidden in forecasts. Ignoring them will not make them disappear. This is a time for honest conversation, accountability, and collective awareness. People deserve explanations, not slogans. They deserve truth, not distractions. And they deserve a future that does not require constant sacrifice just to survive. If you are feeling the pressure, you are not imagining it. If you sense that something larger is unfolding, you are not alone. History shows that societies reach turning points quietly before they erupt loudly. What happens next depends on whether people stay informed, stay connected, and refuse to normalize hardship as the new standard. If you also support democracy and freedom, feel free to join me in this fight. Click follow, click subscribe, and join me. Divided we fall, and together we can knock down mountains. Through unity is the only way we can make a change. Thank you, stay safe, God bless, I love you all. Crowning Thoughts, True Speaker, Copyright 2025 by Santiago D.C. Maria, licensed under Creative Commons Attribution.